everybody, how's it going? My name is Eli and today we're going to be looking at the brand new Bugatti Bolide. Bugatti just last week released a video showcasing this car. It looks absolutely fantastic. I'll put a link to that video in the description below if you want to check out the full thing. But this car is so impressive and so outrageous, and also the numbers are all in metric and I don't understand metric, so I want to convert those to English units and also want to compare this car to some other similar cars or something that will help wrap my head around just how impressive this car is and maybe see some things that it's not so great at. So without further ado, we're going to be comparing the Bugatti Bolide to a 2020 Honda Civic and a 2020 Ford Raptor, because those cars are comparable. Yeah, they're comparable, enough. In order to compare these cars, I'm going to pick 10 very important topics, stats, if you will, about these cars, and that way we can compare apples to apples across, because yeah, then we'll have a much better sense of seeing exactly what this car provides. So first thing we're going to look at is the name. Right, this is just to get an idea for what this car is about, everything like that. So if we just are looking at the title, right, why that really contains like the theme of the car. Okay, so we're gonna look at why Bugatti called it the Bolide, which in Italian means fireball. But Bugatti is not an Italian. They are a French, le French, which means race car in French. So there you go, fun fact for the day. So there's the Bolide. That means race car. Like, oh, what's our new race car gonna be called? We'll just call it a race car for now, and it just never changed. The Bolide. Bolide. Now we're gonna check out the Civic. Why would they call it a Civic? What does that mean? So if we type in Civic, which a lot of people just call Civi, that means, from Slovenian, that means gray. So Honda chose to call their car gray, which seems kind of dumb considering a lot of them are red or blue or green or a bunch of other colors. So why would you call a car gray? That seems, not a great choice. Next up, we have the Raptor, which means kidnap. Okay, Ford, maybe you should have thought that through. Maybe they could have done something a little better than that. But that's what we have. These are the themes, right? Bolide means race car. The Civi, gray, bland. All right, and Raptor, which means kidnap. Anyways, let's get into the comparison. So the very first thing we're gonna look at is the weight of the cars, okay? Because that's a huge factor when you're looking at a car made for speed, a car literally named race car. So the weight of the cars, if we look here at my handy dandy graph that I got going here. So if you look at my first graph for weight of the cars, you can see the Bugatti and the Honda actually very similar in weight. The Raptor is about twice as much. Raptor, a little heavier, maybe they'll make up for it later on. The second thing we're looking at is horsepower. Here's our graph for horsepower. You can see that the Bugatti completely destroys the other two, the Civic and the Raptor. It's not even close. It's over 10, 11, 12 times the amount of the Honda Civic, and the Ford Raptor about 4 times as much. Completely blows them out of the water, not even close. Next, we're looking at horsepower per pound, which is a very important metric when you're talking about race cars, right? You're getting the most power for the weight of the car. Less weight, more power makes the car go faster, quicker. You can see that the Bugatti, not even close how much it's ahead of the Honda Civic and the Raptor. Especially when you see a graph like this, it's just, you get to visualize how much more horsepower per weight this car has. Next, we're looking at top speed. So top speeds, this is something that I thought was crazy. It doesn't seem real, that the Civic actually has a higher top speed than the Ford Raptor. All right, Ford Raptors are good for a lot of things. Top speed is not what they are designed to do. The Bugatti is, almost 3 times as much as them. Again, just completely blows them out of the way. Side note, I just did a little bit more research about the Raptor, and it looks like there's a limiter in the Ford Raptor, and that's what makes it the top speed only 107. That can be removed, and I saw other ones reaching up, 125-ish. Next, we are looking at 0 to 60, right? Because top speed is one thing, but when you want to get on it and go fast, that's 0 to 60. The Bugatti race car goes in 2.17 seconds. Crazy. The Honda Civic, 8.2. That thing is slow. And the Ford Raptor at 5.5 seconds. Next, and this one's important, the price. Because the price of the Bugatti, it's not a production car yet, so the price is, this is just the best estimate, but it's around $3 million. The Honda Civic, $20,000, and the Ford Raptor, $53,000. So when you look at that, you're like, okay, this top speed and horsepower, that's great, but $3 million. Next, looking at some of the design. Number of cylinders. The Bolide over there is 16. It's got a W engine. That many cylinders, that's what it takes to make the horses go. That's what they say. And finally, this stat here, which may be the kicker about, deciding whether or not you're gonna get your Bugatti Bolide. We'll see. Number of cup holders in a car. It's very important, right? Especially if you're going 300 miles an hour, you wanna make sure that your energy drink is safe and secure and not gonna be, bouncing around. Bugatti, you failed us. 0 cup holders in the Bugatti. Crazy. Honda Civic, it's got 2, it's all right. And the Raptor, 4. It's got 4 cup holders. The Raptor's it's a car made for you and other people. Maybe that's why they called it the kidnap. Nah. Well, I'm gonna end with just a couple really cool shots of this Bugatti driving around like crazy. And if anyone wants to get me a Christmas gift, been a good boy this year. All right, anyways, thanks for watching and take care. We'll see you on the next one.